Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're back over on our test account and want to cover a couple different things, including the Draconis heroes. Now overall within the Voyage of Wonder, we actually have the ability in the Misty Valley to get some more scrolls out of here. So it's a little addition, but overall, when we're starting to get these Draconis scrolls, honestly, anywhere that we can get them is going to be super beneficial. And then of course, looking at Hilduin, a lot of players were kind of wondering where these new heroes were being used. And the thing is, right now, we are seeing Nyla. Nyla was actually in the iteration that we just did of the Nightmare Corridor. We're not seeing them used as many places as we kind of thought. But then when you look at Nyla was being used, we've seen Hilduin actually being used within a comp. We have seen now at the current iteration, Gwen being used as a best in slot hero. And again, I feel like it is going to take a little bit of time before the Draconic heroes really find their place within formations and a lot of players start using them. But again, the last iteration, we did see them used. This iteration, we are seeing them used. Now, one interesting thing, though, is we are not seeing them used, and it might be a good reason to save them. We are not seeing them used in the Treasure Scramble, and we are not seeing them used in the Nightmare Corridor. I think the big thing right there is because of the burst damage that game mode requires, not really finding a lot of footing within there. Now, in addition, we do have a couple things that we're going to look at in a minute, but we also have the Vanguard that is up. That is right, Treasure Vanguard, which I believe is coming up on the regular server pretty soon. So this one, if you haven't run through this before, operations, you come in here, you pretty much dispatch a team. You see right there, 3 teams, 7 teams, and 7 teams down here. So you can go ahead, you can drop 3 teams in here, and essentially they're going to go on a mission. The mission usually lasts 1 per day. So you do have to come back here every single day to get essentially a new mission. It's going to show you exactly what players are doing right here. You can see there's no one inspecting. We have a lot of escorts. We have a couple of a company. And then, of course, this is going to be based on where you are progression-wise for what you get out of the event itself, resulting in the task called. Now, this, of course, is where you're going to get all of your rewards. So making sure that you're going through here and you're getting all of your rewards out of this game mode. And the tasks are just regular stuff, which again, if you're coming in here every single day, you'll have no problem hitting all of these. If you're skipping a day or two kind of here and there, it's going to be incredibly, incredibly difficult to go ahead and get these. And then of course, Redemption Lock, all heroes are the max health reduced by 50%. They always give us kind of a buff that comes in here, making sure again that you're coming in here and you're doing out this part of the game mode. Now, we also do have the Celestial Isles that are up. We have, again, quite a few, and we also do have a little bit that is coming with the Joyous Celebration, which is going to be right around the corner. We've been getting a lot of different resources, and then, of course, the Temple Rift is coming back as well. But let's hop over. I want to look at some of the patch notes and kind of break them down that they came up on Facebook, so let's take a look at them. All right, so over here, just wanted to kind of break down the 141 preview. So as you can see, Explore the Field of Stars, update, multiple thrilling events that are coming. Love the pick that we have right here. Very, very cool to see. But we know in Korra, we do have a new star that is up. This star is going to give you Dragonspeak emblems and epic Dragonspeak emblems. This is going to give you the ability to build out those Draconic heroes after the update, which I haven't seen the patch notes on global yet. Maybe today, maybe tomorrow that we'll actually see these when they're going to come up. But this is the new star. Now, this star does also contain within it 4 substars, which we only have 1 at this point. Now, we know that they've said that some of the epic emblems are going to be in here. The regular epic emblems are going to be another star in here as we continue to go down the road with different patches. So they are going to unlock different parts of this. It's going to give us access to more of the epic emblems, not just the Dragonspeak emblem. So that is coming in the future. Temple Rift, of course, we said there is a new season coming. You can see the new frames in here and the new stickers. Added a new auto pause feature when you encounter the beckoning place. Adjust the contents of different floors of defense rewards. Well, the overall rewards remain the same. There is Draconis scrolls into some floors. So again, we're going to have another way that we can actually get those Draconis heroes, getting those summons. And this is kind of what we're lacking right now for players to make actually progression within the Dragonforge. It's incredibly hard if you can't buy or if you don't have enough scrolls essentially to go in there and do the summons. Getting your points in there are imperative to not only building up that faction, but also making progression again in that Dragonforge. Looking at the Treasure Vanguard, like I said, this is up right now. These notes, I believe, came up just a couple hours ago, and they're referring to global seasonal adjustments. The unlock has been reduced to 1140. So if you weren't able to get in here, depending on where your progression is, Treasure Vanguard, again, it's pretty cool to go in there. Just go in there, do your daily kind of quest that you have in there, and you'll get a lot of rewards out of there. You do get some pretty decent rewards overall. And then, of course, there is an overarching reward for all of the factions that we do have in there. Mystic Star Zone is coming back again. Now, we've done this for quite a bit of time. Enroll after completing 1540. This is actually going to give me the ability to complete another chest with an Awakened Hero, which I hope sometime that they adjust the chest or add new heroes in there is essentially what we're waiting for at this point. But the event runs as 1 round of combat, 3 days for the enrollment period, 1 day of matching, 3 days of battle. And then, of course, the round is actually 3 different iterations. So again, when you look at loot in a bigger scale, this gives you a crazy amount of loot for a pretty minimal effort, especially because they did the updates where if you're going in and you're taking a medium node or even a large node, you do get a pretty good shield. You don't have to do it as often, which goes back to being AFK game. And then, of course, the event has optimized the following: adjusted a function for quick collections, which I don't think this goes with the Mystic Star Zone, but you can actually adjust the formations, which I believe it does actually, because you can change your collections in the Mystic Star Zone itself. Joyous Celebration. This is the cake building event. Adventures in the test and live servers will prepare cakes to boost progression for the servers, receiving daily preparation rewards, which is usually diamonds, and all server reward programs, which include insignias, Draconic scrolls, and the common scrolls, which are going to be awesome. Again, looking at the collective of building out these Draconic heroes, seems like we're going to have a lot more ability to actually build those out. Then, of course, the Legendary Epic Adventure is going to be up for Baden. Now, a lot of players have really struggled getting through these, but try, guys, for the rewards, for the time emblems. It's going to make a big difference. Now, also, do not do any summons. We've seen what is coming with the patch, and they said they're updating essentially the 2%, which we can look at in just a minute. But the 2% is actually going to go up to a higher percentage. That way we can change how we're going to build out these heroes with not only the Stargazer, but also with the Temple of Time. So let's go ahead and take a look at that. All right, so here we are back in the test server. But like I was saying, when it comes to doing our summons and doing a significant amount of summons, the probabilities in here are right now are 2%. We know this is going to be changing essentially to 2.5%. So when you think, again, kind of a bigger picture with the probabilities of these heroes, it's not going to be a 2.0, it's going to be a 2.5. That, even though it is a 0.5, it's, half a pip difference when it comes to the summoning is when you start doing summons on a bigger scale. So what I'm thinking here is even when you start doing, 100 summons, or we get a new Awakened Heroes where you're doing, 300, 400, 500 summons, chances are it is going to be very significantly less to actually get the heroes. In addition, when you're summoning those out, because of the rates being different, I know the pity timer is probably still going to stay at 65, I'm assuming, but the probability should go down where you should be pulling them much sooner, meaning you're not going to be using as many resources. So fundamentally, this is a really big change to both of these game modes, which is the reason why I said stop your summons right now. Don't do any of the summons, even for the fact that all of this trash is going to be gone. And I literally say trash when you look at the fragments. When you start looking at like the arena cards, there's going to be some updates in here that is just getting rid of the stuff that is literally no longer used in the game anymore, which even in here, I know we're going to get some more tier stones, but there's a lot of stuff that we really do need to clean up that we're not using by any means, that literally this needed to be streamlined, needed to be cleaned up, especially 5 years after AFK Arena, where they really haven't made any changes to this, especially because now artifacts are really not a thing at all, where collections have replaced all the class specific and literally all of the Dura's artifacts as well, meaning there is no use for it, but we're still getting a ton of resources for those. Even on my account, I literally have thousands of resources of those right now, which is kind of crazy to think. But all right, guys, that's going to do it for today's video. Let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching.